Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Smoke and Steel League event for you. It's going to be the 59th New York versus the 10th US. Our first round here is Dunker Church, followed up by our second map, which is going to be the Andersons counterattack. Before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Here are the current standings of the event, so we're focused on Group C today. And our regiments for today, on the 59th New York side, we have the 59th New York, the Free States Brigade, 2 Corps, 7th Kansas, Missouri State Guard, and the Corps Brigade, whereas on the Union or 10th U.S. side, we have the 10th U.S., 12th Virginia, 7th Texas, Colquitt's Brigade, Jackson's Division, Alabama Volunteer Corps, and the Twin Banners. So, server pop today. It is 290 in balance of 2 initially, but Union's got 15 on artillery, Confederates have 3, so it's a 12-man in balance there. Going to our server here, we can see our frontline reporters for the Union side. We have Tactical Potato from the JD, and then from the CSA side, we have Red from the 59th New York. Co-commentating with me today is Corded, and I will say in advance, you could see it's not 45 minutes, it's 21 minutes left. It's because once my live stream started for the Patreon supporters, everything like crashed out, and then I tried to get back into the game off of Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi was good, everything was working, and then Warbright said that I could not connect to the back-end servers, and I restarted my PC. I shut it down. I tried everything. It didn't work, so I had to uninstall and reinstall the game. So that is why we're so late into this. Apologies for that. But Corded is going to give us a lovely update.
All right, let me see if I can summarize what has happened since the beginning of the game. We got a lot of fighting, so we got a little bit of time. Union, just like they are right now, they came out of their spawn and kind of hid behind this hill for a while. CSA spread out pretty much all throughout the forest. It became a volley match between both sides. Eventually, CSA got bored on this northern side. They pushed out a little bit and went along the road to the right of where the Union is now. They set up along the snake fence, shot at the Union for a little bit. They pulled back. Union eventually decided they were going to start attacking. They went toward the northern side themselves. Basically made a giant line on that road. And they eventually shifted toward the center. And I think from there is when they decided to charge into the forest. They charged in pretty well, but eventually CSA was able to collapse in on them. They lost 3 of their flags, so they respawned, came back to the center again, and then trying to remember after that. And then they eventually pushed basically directly onto the point, pushed around the church into kind of the southwest direction. They once again got wiped, and now we're back here. So we haven't seen any charging on the southern side, so maybe they'll decide to go that way.
Well, I appreciate the recap with that. And tickets overall does not look great for Union. Yeah, they look in a bad spot, but I mean, I guess, how long were they in a shootout for before they first charged?
I'd say like maybe 7 minutes.
Okay.
Until they sent people to the right.
And so that's a little surprising. Usually you see Union go right away. But anyways, Union's charging up center. They're not in a terrible, well, they're not in a great spot by any means, but they could still definitely come back from this. And they can still win this game. Even if you're down by a whole morale stage, you can win as attackers. And it looks like Union's going to maybe go into cap to stop the time to give themselves more time to bring the CSA down. Meanwhile, CSA is going to kind of collapse in from both sides on the Union. And some CSA are getting up and close. 59th New York's pushing that way. Trying to get on the... Holy crap, that nipple position. There is no snake fence.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Union left. 7th Kansas tried to run up and get some shots. They have a little defilade there, which is why they ran up so far. But CSA looks like they just mean to pinch from both sides. Are they going to let Union cap? Looks like they will. That's not a bad play to cap. Forces the CSA out. And you have an opportunity to kind of defend against a charge, if you want to call it that. Assuming CSA charges, but Union's going to pull off a little bit into the defilade. Dips deep from this straight fence. They're going to try to use that to recover their manpower because they're taking a lot of hits right now.
What's good is Union does have all their flags now. And they've got some good cover in the depth lead behind the point. So it's just a matter of countering the CSA that is eventually going to come in.
So CSA is going in, speaking of that. They're charging right into the Union's right. I don't know, based on your description, it seems CSA has played a very aggressive so far, and this definitely shows that. CSA mass charging on all fronts now, both sides and taking losses. Union a little behind still, but they do hit CSA down to taking losses. Union did hold on the right side, barely holding on the left. One Union flag is down. Union is actually countercharging this. CSA starting to retake the point.
Yeah, we've mostly seen CSA kind of let the Union come in for a little bit and then have the flanks kind of wrap around into them. That's how they've lost a lot of their flags.
It makes sense. That's a smart little play there from CSA. And they've gotten one Union flag. Two Union flags have kind of fallen back on this hill where they were holding before they charged in. Meanwhile, Union kind of holds the snake fence by that corner position with one flag. CSA is going to back off, though, to their original positions. And CSA, I actually think, I don't know, maybe gained a little bit of tickets out of that. I don't know. I thought it was a third of a morale stage difference, but it looks almost like a half.
I kind of wish CSA had pushed up to the hill that Union's on right now.
To try to wipe those.
I don't know if it helped that much, but I just want to see it.
Right. 12th VA is going to charge up the point to try to hold it for a little longer, and they're going to be able to do that for the moment. CSA kind of completely pulled back to preserve their tickets, and so 12th VA was able to keep the point cap for Union, which is good. More Union reinforcements moving up. One of those flags that was dropped was picked up, and it's being pushed back up there. Meanwhile, CSA is kind of reforming. Oh, here comes some CSA charging in. 2 core.
Yeah, a lot of us don't have loads or bayos.
Oh, they just ran up and then turned around. I don't know if it picked up.
That was a lot more than we thought it was going to be.
Well, I don't know if it picked up, but someone was like, none of us have loads or bales or something like that. And so they join 2 core today. Right, Corded?
Oh. Indeed.
So,
I mean, CSA's not strapped for tickets. They could just kind of wrap around the Union again.
yeah, it's kind of at a point
Yeah, it's
where,
okay.
if anything, they would hit Union down the final push unless they did some crazy thing and they started going down on tickets. But, I mean, if they've been doing this the whole game, I doubt that's going to change drastically. No, based on your description, it seems the Union's kind of playing very conservatively, which has somewhat been a trend of attackers in this event the past few weeks. It depends on the team, but like last week, for example, 12th VA was very conservative when they attacked. Meanwhile, FSB in the second round was very aggressive. I remember the first week, at least Colquitt's, when attacking 2 core and Hills, they were very conservative in their attack.
You've got some CSA to the north starting to do the same thing as last time. I kind of wish there was a group on the other side of the map for CSA that kind of went to the southeast, eastern part of the field. Just get behind the Union.
Would be a nice couple of shots, but I mean, as long as they don't go too far, you don't want to spread out too much of CSA. You do see a lot of the Union shifting to Union right. That's the thing. If I mean, I guess Union's contesting the point, but oh, 30th house pushing forward. But if I'm Union here, CSA shooting at you from all directions. Union should try to break out onto one of these sides, and they might have a little edge and be able to break through. And it looks like they're doing that. They're going to charge through on this right side.
Yeah, and CSA on that southern side, they're starting to come in.
Yep. It's all a reaction game from the defenders, how well it's going to work. And with the Steam chat that everyone has, you can coordinate this stuff really, really fast. And Union's kind of not breaking through on CSA there. And that 2 core group is going to be able to get devastation among the Union. Union drops the braking. CSA starting to countercharge on Union right. And these flags got to get out of dodge.
Yeah, this flag got a chance to run, but they haven't started doing it yet. The infantry's getting close.
Flags getting charged. Help. Ambush here.
The flags want to stay there. They keep running back 5 yards, turning around. CSA's trying to pursue to knock them down.
Oh man, they might get all 4 flags in the same spot.
Oh, well, they got 1. There goes 2. Oh, Frank Barnes, I don't know if he got stuck on the fence or stuck or just stopped, but yeah, Union loses all 4 flags, which they're kind of close to Union spawn. Maybe CSA will push up to that hill there. Do you think they'll do that, Corda? Do you play CSA a lot more than I have?
Why not? I mean, come on. Have some fun.
Yeah, that's the thing is, so CSA still up by a little bit of tickets. If CSA did hold there and prevented Union from picking up those flags, a lot of those Union guys that would die would have to spawn back at their main spawn, and that can just kind of create chaos, and Union could at least not get formed for a few minutes. CSA has still not capped the point. It's still in a counterattack.
Yeah, tip for the flag bearers of the future. If you see CSA charging your lines, and if they're getting really close, you just start running. Even if you don't have people left to spawn with you, just keep running.
Yeah. It's better to be safe than sorry with the flag.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And also too, when you're retreating with the flag, just keep going. Don't retreat and then stop, turn, look. Even though it's instinct.
Yeah, do not look back.
Do not. Unless you see your friendlies in front of you or you really
Don't
just
look
keep
back.
going. You're gonna die if you stop and turn around, as we saw there.
Unless you know how to free look while you're running, then don't look back.
Unless you can free look behind you, which
I mean, yeah. You can.
you kind of can.
Alright, CSA, they're making me happy.
Yeah, they're going
Except for the part of them. Okay, almost
They're
capping.
following
I
the
know they
script.
don't. I know they don't want to cap. They were saying it in chat.
Which is interesting, because CSA is considered the attackers at this point, because they're trying to retake the point. So Union can be forced into last stand, which, again, that's normally the defender's last stage, but Union is now considered the defender. And if CSA, within the next 4 minutes and 20 seconds, pushes Union into last stand, they can retake the point and win automatically. It's something we saw last week in the FSB 12th VA matchup. That wasn't done, where the defenders retook that point right away. And I think they could have pushed their opponent into last stand when they capped. But they didn't, and they ended up losing the match that way. And tickets are kind of close. So
Yeah, so it looks like CSA is going to let the Union come around. Okay, some CSA actually going toward the Union already. FSB and 7th Kansas.
I find it... There's a couple CSA holding on those Union flags. They're not going to be able to do a whole lot.
No.
But I did find it a little interesting that Union approached from the open field. I guess they were kind of spread out in this big open field, but they pushed across the open field, not going down the road for their flags. But maybe they didn't all want to go down the road because that's just one juicy area to fire at.
Yeah. I kind of hope CSA gets aggressive here. I mean, if they don't want to cap, then you might as well get aggressive, right?
Right. I feel like if you were going to... Maybe they fell off because they thought Union wasn't going to approach if they stayed up on the hill.
Maybe. They do have a 2nd Corps holding behind the church, so they've got a decent-sized cap group in case they need to cap it.
59th and 30th Ohio moved up on Union's right. Looks like that Union artillery group, I think you said FSB, they're falling back on that side. So Union just kind of waiting this out in a shootout, and that's really what they should do. I mean, it's a question of if the clock gets close to 0, maybe Union might try to dive bomb the point to hold it, but if you lose that charge, you lose the game probably because you'll hit last stand in that case.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about a half morale stage difference right now, so I don't know. It's a risky choice, kind of regardless.
Friendly fire. We had some friendly fire.
I think Union could charge the point right now. I mean, a lot of the CSA is going to have to shift toward them, or they could do what AVC and Twin Banners are doing right now, pushing along the left side, so they at least have one flank covered. But it's kind of hard to tell what you need to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Union should charge right now. Maybe like in 30 to 45, probably 30 seconds at, if anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
CSA is getting more aggressive though. They're not charging.
yeah, yeah. CSA does have to cap eventually. You could, as Union, just kind of pull all your flags back to spawn, and whoever you have left, just kind of run to the point last minute, see if you can just win it in overtime.
See it? So, the roles for... Sorry.
I was gonna say I don't think Union can win right now with the numbers they've got in the field.
No.
So CSA is gonna have to recap. Okay, they are sending some Union guys to the point. Please don't put your flags in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, CSA could try to cheese this by just putting like 3 guys on the point, because if that gold timer hits 0 and CSA's guys on point, overtime will start, and CSA needs to continually cap it for them to win. But I guess that's not going to matter here. Union is trying to go in.
One flag's going in.
CSA's hitting right in the side of this charge, and a lot of those Union guys are focused on getting on the point and not the CSA that's flanking them. And here comes Union flags as well. Oh my goodness.
Watch this gap, watch the gap.
Stay together,
CSA holding up top. You got more reinforcements collapsing down, and Union's going to get squished. They're going to hit last... Oh my goodness, they're going to hit last stand.
Oh my.
They got
Unless
3
CSA
seconds.
just doesn't...
2.
Well, CSA is definitely going to get the point. But...
Oh my...
Wow. Oh my goodness.
CSA sold. I'm kidding. Man, that's crazy timing. I don't know if it matters anyways. Union has infinite tickets, and they got 4 minutes, which is a lot of time. But CSA they've got 3/4 of a morale stage. All Union flags are down. CSA, they got to hold on that hill in front of the flag so Union can't pick them back up.
That was less than a second between CSA recapping and Union going to their final stage.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That was the most...
And all four Union flags are down.
That was the most exciting thing I have ever seen. I'm being stupid. All right. Yeah, no. CSA's got to push up to this hill. They got to stick in front of the flag so Union can't get them back. 4 minutes is kind of a long time. Granted, the time that was set for final push is the amount of time it takes to get from the attacker's main spawn to the point of contention 2 times without bayonets and reloads. So...
Yeah, I would agree that CSA just has to start shooting the Union where they are right now. Because Union is eventually going to go right up to the hill that CSA is kind of on right now. But it's a longer run from their spawn to that center hill than it is from that center hill to the point. So I would say CSA might as well take advantage of the space that the Union has to cross over and shoot them as they're coming across. And they don't have their flags, so CSA can easily outnumber them.
Yeah, Union's taking a lot of time, too, to get ready and go. Union is losing time, and it really feels like Union is just going down for one last charge, which, I mean, it could be possible. Hit CSA down to last stand will definitely be difficult, but you got to pick up those flags and keep the fighting going, and I don't know. And I don't know why CSA isn't up going forward. Union is spending way too long in a open position, but here they go.
Hey.
Oh my
God.
What a good arty shot. All those guys.
Now CSA is starting to push up.
Here we go. This is gorgeous. Union just trying to break through. They're not necessarily trying to kill. They're just trying to break through. Stab and go. You heard it a couple times. Couple of Union break through. They get 1 CSA flag.
Right. Second course staying on the point and making sure no one gets through. So even these guys that just push right past the CSA, they still got people to deal with.
And that was a clean wipe from CSA. CSA got a third of a morale stage left, and despite us missing the first part, this was a good end to this match, and it looks like 59th is going to pull out, I think, the first defensive win of the season so far.
think they might. Let's see.
I think Union's got 40
Okay.
seconds. They still don't have their flag. CSA's probably going to push up to that hill. You got some charging their main spawn. Oh my goodness.
Yo, ain't the main character. I'm sorry, you ain't the main character.
And so, yeah. Cody, you saw this whole thing. What were your thoughts on the round?
Well, you gotta be careful with your flags, for one thing. Union could have done more charging, especially in the beginning. The one thing about going up toward the center in the beginning and behind that hill is that CSA knows what you're gonna do all the time. At least when you're going along the sides, there can be a little bit of mystery, not too much. But I've just seen a lot more success going on the edges of the map, pretty much every map, as the attackers. CSA did a good job. There's not much to say about that.
Yeah. I mean, I only saw the back half, but from what CSA was doing, they looked pretty good. I don't know. I've never, I mean, based on your description, I've never really seen a team sit and shoot on Dunker before. But unfortunately, from my end, it's only going to show the latter half of the round. But we will get the updated casualties and whatnot. We'll show that to you at the beginning of the next round, as we've done for all Smoke and Steel League broadcasts. But yeah, that was a huge win for CSA. Well done, 59th. They're not going to switch sides. They're going to stay on their same sides for round 2. But CSA is going to be attacking on Anderson's, which is biased to them. Anyways, we will see you all shortly for round number 2. Alrighty, here are the statistics for last round. Thank you, Corded, for the image showing the casualties and all of that. It was funny, before the match, I predicted that 59th would get 1,400 kills as defense as a joke, and I messaged Red, and they almost got that. So anyways, with that all being said, here we are on Anderson's counterattack. They're on the same side, and so we're at 280 right now. Inbalance is 2 towards the CSA. CSA doesn't have artillery, but Union does, and similar to last round, they're going to have 14 guys on it, which, in my opinion, for this map is not a great decision, although we'll see how it works. Anyways, we'll be watching the whole round this time. Corded, what's the strat for this round in your opinion?
CSA's normal strat is to attack their right side. And right now there's not going to be any Union over there, because Union is doing a very aggressive thing for defense. I have not seen a Union team do this.
I have.
So I want to see how this goes.
It did not work. Let's just say it did not work. Granted,
yeah,
that was
the
a
14
giveaway.
people are already there just blowing those guns back.
No,
So they definitely don't want to have that many people for the whole round.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe that they're just doing it for the beginning, but usually Union Artillery has the guns on the back or on the road a little further back. But yeah, CSA is going to go completely in that direction. I'm surprised Union's holding so hard in the right and can kind of understand center, but CSA is about to completely outflank their team. Union pushing up to play aggressive. So you got 12th VA, Colquitt's JD up here. I find it a little fascinating that the leading reg for the Union is, I don't know how many guys they have in infantry, but a lot of their guys on artillery.
Mm-hmm.
I've not seen that before, but Union's kind of got rocks. Anyways, yeah.
Doing those kind of special assignments, you typically want to have your guys doing it because you can have them practice it.
That's true. I mean, you know the maps in advance. You're gonna train for these certain things. At least I don't know if they do that, but I know people plan in advance and do things in advance to prep for these type of competitive events. So that's a fair point, and that wouldn't surprise me. So CSA stretches out a long offensive line. The Union on the right are collapsing inwards so that Union can make their little line. And I wonder if CSA is going to try to flank or if they're fine sitting and shooting this out. Now,
I kind of would have expected CSA to just keep going and ignore the Union. Just go up to those defensive right positions and then just pretend you're the Union. Let them attack from downhill.
they are shifting that way. CSA does have a 10% ticket advantage on this map. So it's not a major amount, but usually it's enough to get a good CSA win.
Not sure.
Identified.
You see, it's like it's buck and ball. It's shadow.
I'm looking at that right now.
One regiment gets buck and ball.
Yeah, so
both of them do. Nice.
yeah, so both CSA regiments, as Corden mentioned, they get the option of the Springfield 42, which is the buck and ball shotgun, basically, the Enfield, and the Springfield 55, whereas Union, the 9th New York Regiment, gets the Springfield 61, and the 89th New York gets the Enfield. So, I mean, that 10% ticket advantage and the buck and ball is very advantageous. Doing what Corden said a moment ago, CSA is shifting far right, almost acting like the Union isn't in the center, and Union's going to approach them, which the initial Union arriving are holding kind of in the open, which they are getting blown up here by 2 Corps.
Sorry, I'm pissed off.
And FSB as well, I didn't see them by. The rest of CSA is pushing up. They might try to charge these 12th VA guys that are sticking forward.
The fuck away.
CSA sweeping through this. Union's down on tickets already. Yeah, the one time I saw this strategy of Union holding very far forward, they just got wiped in that first charge, and they never could recover on tickets. Union artillery's been overrun. They've gotten some of the stuff back, but not everything. Rest CSA starting to charge out.
Yeah, they haven't got any of that ready.
Union's doing... they're surviving a little longer. There's a lot of Unions still in the woods to the CSA spawn.
Yeah, so CSA's mostly gotten a free pass to the position they wanted to be at anyway.
Jeez.
I'm surprised none of them are at the large rocks to the west. I'm assuming that's where they're going to put some people.
Yeah, I mean, they just charged through there, so...
Oh, there's one Union flag all the way out.
Yeah, the JD guy just picked it. They picked up 2 flags.
Oh, he's way out to the northeast.
Whoa! Oh, who got him? Good job, Star.
Star got him.
Demotion for rambling. Anyways. JD survived on the point, and they're going to be able to get 3 Union flags out of there, because CSA pulled off into the wood line, and I assume they're holding, like Corden mentioned, on these rocks. They're holding in front of them. So, and CSA is up by a third or a half a morale stage. This is a great start for CSA. Normally, Union just kind of sits back where my camera is right now, where FSB is kind of at right now. Usually they hold up on the rocks where CSA is holding over here as well. And usually they just try to brace the CSA charges, but maybe they thought playing aggressive could pay off, but I mean, when CSA has buck and ball, that's going to be very difficult to overcome. But maybe it's all part of the plan. We'll see how things play out. Union is about to drop into a gauge, though. USA moving out of Maine with all but one of their flags, which is very surprising.
They probably could get that other flag back.
They definitely could. I mean, no CSA
Yeah.
is there. Not like they know that, but I wonder if Union's going to try to continue playing aggressive to try to retake the positions, or if they're going to kind of sit back and hope the CSA cap. 10th US push forward and get destroyed by buck and ball in the initial volley from 7th Kansas.
These rocks, flag on me, these rocks.
Get back, pull back to reload, so get your loads off.
CSA doesn't have all of their guys kind of up to this defensive front, so there is room for Union to get organized and push in.
Even if CSA doesn't have the whole line there, are you going to be able to break through? Because they have buck and ball and you don't.
That's true.
I mean, some of these Union regiments are rushing forward a few feet. Maybe it's because they can't see where they're currently at, but they're rushing forward, taking a shot, and then running back.
They've got some... Cynthia has got some arty guys just going right for their artillery. And that's a bad idea. Because even if you sneak a shot out of those guns, there's still a lot of damage you can do to your tickets there.
Right. And the odds that your shot actually does something is pretty low. I mean, it's not easy to shoot arty, and I mean, if you're off by a little bit, you probably won't get anything. And when you're under the pressure of that enemy team being close to you, it can be difficult. So, JD and 12th VA have gone on a little flank here of the CSA to the east. I'm a little weary of Union trying to get into a close engagement with CSA, just because CSA does have that buck and ball. It's really good at short, medium-ish ranges. And again. That's what I would be concerned. The CSA that weren't in that initial defensive line looks like it's Horn Brigade here started shooting into Union side, the 12th VA and JD side there, but Union has dropped to engaged. CSA still up by half a stage.
Right here, boys. Over here and on that other line right there behind you, south. We're doing a little.
I mean, if you're Union at this point, you just try to hold back, have a shootout, kill that time, and force CSA to cap the point, so you can have a chance to regain tickets. Because regardless,
yeah,
sorry.
There's no way for Union to really get their ticket advantage back without CSA capping.
Right.
And this is a map that Union can hide in, or CSA can't get to them. So that it is an option.
Uncle Caesar, shift left.
I mean, regardless,
Flag, you're good
Union
where you are.
is probably going to have
Rico,
to
shift
charge
back
at
left a little bit.
CSA at
Break
this
in
point in
front.
this
You were good where
round.
you were, Rico.
Might as well do it when you're trying to retake the point, so... I don't know.
Don't lie, Joker.
Alright, Texas, hold what you got for a second. Hold what you got. Hold what you got.
You got Colquitt's guys that are crouching, too, in the center of the Union line. Trying to use the logs as cover, but... I mean, you got a lot of Twin Banners guys doing the same. Crouching, you lose 3 times the amount of tickets when you die compared to standing up by your friendlies.
Right, it doesn't.
So that is definitely risky. I get you trying to use the cover, but I don't know if I'd risk that necessarily. 7th Texas is going right spanking close to the CSA line to shoot their shots, and they're paying for that. I mean, Tech US is kind of up there already, but...
Yeah, there's not a real defilade that you're getting over. You're kind of just going downhill a little bit to shoot and then go back.
Sorry, we get a little front of you. Sorry.
So...
Yeah, hold on. Everyone, keep firing Will. I'll watch him. Y'all keep firing at Will. I'll watch him. Yeah, shoot the friend. Nah, that was at the air. You fucking...
I think it would have been interesting to see when they pick that Union flag up from the northeast, if they just kind of start spawning in Union guys over there, do a little sneak around the forest, and then get behind CSA. I mean, look, we're spitballing here, but
yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean,
it'd be cool. It'd have been cool.
If there wasn't a Steam chat, I would almost say that's a good idea, because if you get CSA to overreact and pull off that defensive line, it could give the rest of the Union a chance to break through, but I doubt CSA would overreact to if Union got behind them.
Maybe.
And even if Union got behind them, I assume CSA, if they did overreact, they would charge that Union group out and then turn around and instantly charge again. Because if you know you wipe a smaller Union group, that probably means the other part of that Union group is not strong as well.
Yeah, I mean there are some decent sized rocks to the northern part of the north of the CSA, farther down the hill, that you can hide a significant amount of people and shoot behind the CSA.
Or the Union admins could just end the round and say they win. That works too.
Well.
The hidden strategy. It's been used once recently. Actually, that was like a month and a half, 2 months ago, I think. I don't know. Recently in War of Rights is like a quarter of a year. Maybe more than that. Depends on who you ask. Who was playing the Ohio State fight song? It's senior bands, okay. They did win the National Football Championship. They beat Notre Dame. As a Michigan fan, I want to trash talk, but... Anyways. JD's flanking out with 12th VA. They're pushing more towards the point, trying to get close to it. Some 12th VA guys are with them as well.
Watch to the right. Watch to the right.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, crap. Do you remember when the CSA charging kind of ended and they stayed in place?
Yeah.
What time was that?
Oh, no. I don't know when that happened.
I mean, I'm just trying to gauge how fast Union's dropping in tickets, because, I mean, since Union hit engage, which is when that charge kind of ended and both sides kind of reformed before the shootout started, Union was at high engage, so they've lost a third of a stage since then. I don't know how many minutes that was. I guess I could check the the VOD of this right now. Instant replay. So, I mean, Union, I assume they're just hoping. I don't know. There's no way they're thinking they're going to be able to force CSA out through a shootout. Maybe that's why they're trying to get around. Maybe because they think they can do it. But, alright. It's been about 7 minutes, or 6 minutes, since the shootout started. So, you go down half a morale stage in 6 minutes. 18 minutes so you hit breaking, so CSA's got plenty of time to just keep doing this if they want to. And I mean, Union is kind of getting behind them on the point. JD's on the point with one of those flags. CSA does drop engage.
Something that would be neat for Union to do. Send some arty guys over to these 12-pounders that are still where they spawned at the beginning of the map. Turn them toward the woods and just start going at it.
Let it rip.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you could definitely, potentially hit some of these 7th Kansas guys that are on the CSA left.
Yeah. I mean, if you get an officer to aim the shot, you're in a good position.
So,
yeah, so Union's
got to
like 2
change
guys
something
left
up.
on the arty. Yeah, they gotta figure something out.
How many guys did you say were on Artie?
2 now.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think they've given up on it.
Union's got to change something. They either got to charge CSA or they got to turtle and force CSA to cap. Because at this rate, they're going to hit breaking with plenty of time on the clock. Like 12 minutes left at this pace. And honestly, Union's getting closer and closer, so it could be faster than 12 minutes as well.
Yeah, they are definitely losing the shootout. And they're acting like the attackers at this point. But they don't have the lifeline of counterattack.
Melee mode once reloaded. Full stop.
Union's they've got a turtle. That's the only chance they have at getting back into this. And even if they do turtle and force CSA to cap, I don't know if that's going to work, but this isn't going to work, so you might as well try something else.
Go, baby, go. Go, baby, go.
We have some CSA movement in the center. It looks like Corn Brigade guys are pulling back a little bit. So we're trying to get some cover. They are a little deflated there. And FSB might pull back. They're getting shot up a little bit in the center, but... Oh, there's an artillery shot. Where's that from?
Yeah.
I swear I heard an artillery shot.
It was.
Oh, it's right next to the CSA lines. Yeah, maybe that's why JD pushed up there to protect
Don't
their
worry
already
about
guys.
running up and wasting your life. We'll take care of that shit.
I bet it'd be canister, right?
Champion, go grab a canister.
Yep, they said canister.
Gotcha.
Oh, Pumpkin's trying to get in the action.
Is it banners? Hey.
Huh.
Hey, buddy. I shot your artillery. Is that banners? Okay, see ya. Sorry, I'm sorry. It was just it was a prank. It was a prank. It was a prank.
He escaped.
Yay! Ticket positive Ramboing.
Oh no, I can't. The officer down. Fuck.
That's what we support on this channel, Ramboing. I'm sure that's a good message to send.
Yeah.
No, don't Rambo. It's really bad. Really bad. You lose a lot of tickets for your team. It's never a good thing.
Cover me, cover me.
Mm-hmm.
They still haven't fired the artillery shot. I really want to see him shoot those.
You really want to see it?
Shooter's gonna shoot.
So,
Get that round out of here. Go, go, go. Don't worry about me. Perfect. That's good. That's good. Get out of there.
Oh. Unity is about to drop in the taking loss. The CSA, that ticket lead has grown a fourth of a morale stage. You have some CSA moving around
Does
in
it
the center.
get behind these rocks and just hang
Fire
out?
the gun! Oh.
Don't fucking load that. Ah, fucking ran it quick.
Oh, and we got double canister now.
Oh, double?
Yeah.
Ain't no way. I don't.
Load and hold, boys.
I think I've seen it. All right, here we go. Come on.
Feel it first. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Does it lag for you when it shoots while you're in spectator?
Didn't for me.
Oh, it did
They
for
got
me. They got a good.
I'd say they got about 10 people,
I don't know. It's beautiful.
maybe something like that. But you can definitely see the line of kills going back.
Kansas
Well, that might change the tide here, ladies and gentlemen. Union's back in the game.
Yeah, canister is underrated, even at a medium distance.
It's a surprising thing.
Masquerade.
It seems like canister can go a far ways, but I mean, there's not like there's a whole lot of ammo for it to last you 45 minutes, which is why I use the other shots. But
As soon as this gun fires, another, use the smoke as cover.
I've heard a guy, like a pub party guy called Pickles. He calls canister a volley in a can. Yeah, it's very accurate.
Union is charging on CSA right. Alabama Volunteer Corps going in into 8th Ohio. They are the only ones going in.
Yeah, not all Union is committed yet.
7th Texas now going in. Oh, I guess Union charging on the
CQB 10th US, they haven't gotten in yet.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Union's getting oh my goodness. Wait, CQB in 10th?
They're just now going in.
10th US is the leading token. Why are they late? Or maybe this was the... Why would you charge in separate waves into a defensive line that has buck and ball?
I would imagine they expected, I don't know. I would expect that CSA would hit the group that charged them, and then Santi West could kind of clean it up. But they waited too long for that. I mean, it's hard to see with the forest and smoke and everything, but
even if your opponent doesn't have buck and ball, I don't think that works. Both sides have similar numbers. If you don't all charge in at the same time against the whole enemy team, you're just going to be defeated in detail and picked apart. And it looked like CSA didn't even take a hit from that. It looks like nothing happened.
yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, time turtle.
Look at that guy right
That's
there. See him?
you just gotta do it.
Yep.
Save Ireland.
But it looks like they're reforming up. They didn't charge any of their flags in as well. Which
What do you do? There's one Union Arty guy running back, and I don't know what his plan was.
did he just run up and turn around?
Yeah. Well, I think he spawned like on Arty's spawn,
Oh,
but
that makes more
and he
sense.
just went back to the Arty that was taken.
So,
Charlie Phillies charging in, isn't it?
man, it's really looking like we're gonna see the first 2-0 of this season.
Got a turtle.
Official 2-0.
Gotta do it.
Now we're calling it now. Thank you all for watching. Union's kind of forming up. They're starting to pull a little further back. Some Union are anyways. I mean, some JD guys are holding back. Twin Banners is furthest back right now. Again, Union can fall back. I don't know how far CSA can go before they're out of bounds. But
I think it's about that road is around where the boundary is. Actually, it's probably where these guys are right now.
the Union or CSA?
CSA.
Uh,
I mean, that's well past the point.
Union falling back further? Yeah, that's fair. All right,
Some falling back. A lot of them they're just going toward the right.
Well, they're about to hit braking, and there's 22 minutes on the clock. So Union
They've got a bit for braking.
I don't know. I mean, I guess there is a little time they could just sit back and wait, but maybe Union doesn't want to risk it. But I do agree that if they do go in here, they will not win this. They're down a morale stage. They will not. Yeah, they're just going to lose. I mean, they should have never charged in. They should have turtled from the start. So Union team completely shifting out into the open field.
Mm-hmm. So I would imagine their end goal is like northeast of point-ish. CSA is going to be in the shade, but it is going to be a little bit easier to see them. CSA will either have to go across the open field or around the right side or the northwest part of the forest to get to the Union. If they decide to keep going, except some of them just are staying and shooting.
Nah, this is... Oh, it's kind of getting closer and closer to breaking. The Union's kind of taking their sweet time. CSA is on the edge of point and keep seeing it's going up and down right now. Some MSG skirmishers are on it.
And at least one thing, this northeast side of Point Union can put a lot of people on there. The CSA does eventually have to go up there. That is on cap.
That's far out. I never knew it was that far out.
Yeah, so it goes about to kind of, you see where the forest kind of makes a corner to the north? There's, you know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
yes.
Yeah, that little area is also on cap. Wow. Kind of those little rocks in the back. That's kind of the edge of it. So I mean, yeah, Union is on point right now.
Not a whole lot.
So they're gonna cap it, or well, it's already capped for them, but you know.
Yeah.
So Union did not. They didn't all go. They just put a lot of people in the open field.
Yeah, CSA is going to be able to outnumber CSA on point if the rest of Union don't move in, which I assume Union would move in. Like you have 10th US moving up now. CSA is capping it right now. That's enough of a decay to really make it so that you know that CSA is winning. I'm surprised Union's not going into that little wedge, at least some of the guys, because that's probably the most amount of cover outside of that half-stone wall.
Mm-hmm.
But CSA slowly capping point, trying not to go too fast, so they early cap.
Yeah.
Some Union's pushing a little. The whole Union line is advancing forward here. 12th VA getting a little close on Union left. Where are they going to stop? What the? They're turned to the sides. CS has got flanking shots on them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they aren't holding in the rocks like these 7 Texas guys are. Regardless, Union hits breaking. That was an inevitability. CSA kind of swarming onto point, at least on the bottom side. Union getting closer but not charging. That's 30th Ohio pushed up on the bottom side. Going to contest Union on the corner. CSA is taking point. And Union's got to make their move. We've got some time. More Union surging up with 30th. FSB is there. So is 8th Ohio. CSA does hit taking losses. Not that that matters at this point. And here comes Union. They are just mass charging across the open field. CSA counter charging, FSB in particular. The rest of CSA on the right is charging across. And it looks like CSA is just going to outright win the game right now.
Yep. That is what's going to happen.
Coded, your thoughts?
Okay, so initial strategy, very bold. However, it was basically a free pass for CSA to get some good positions. Then Union became the attacking team just in the practical sense. They should have turtles. That's kind of the only way they were going to get that. Unless you earlier sent some people around the right, get around the CSA and work there, but that move was done too late to still have that option. So turtling would have been the only way to change that. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, very much so. The turtle is the only way you're going to be able to really come back on tickets. But good job for 59th. They got the first 2-0. Third week of this new league. Again, apologies about the delayed start to the broadcast, but at least this means the video will get out a little sooner. But anyways, we are going to show the stats screen and little more like the standings in the second. We will see you there shortly. Congrats to the 59th New York. Alrighty, here we are with the stats for our final round today. So, all those lovely kills, and here are the final standings. Oh, they didn't update. Let me fix that quickly. Alright, there we go. There are the right standings. Yay, we can do things. Anyways, that is our standings. So, 59th New York taking a huge lead in their group after tonight's 2-0. Congratulations to them. With that all being said, again, apologies for the Wi-Fi issues at the beginning. I appreciate you all's support nonetheless, and if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, X, Instagram, TikTok, and more. All those lovely links in the description. Regardless, see you all in the next one. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful rest of your night.